You don't care about me.
Looking at you.
Oh, Vic, you're going to be in the back. Okay. That makes sense.
Oh, I thought I couldn't be in the back.
No, you have to be up front. Vic can be in the back.
Alright, that's my top 10.
4, 3, go, 1. Skip ahead. Move this over here.
Yeah, so my top 10.
How about top 10 idiots that are going to die?
I'll be number 2.
That sounds like a great
Just
one.
be number 1.
No, I think you're number 1 lately.
Probably.
Top 10 fools. Top 10 dogs that keep on making a lot of noise. Come here. Well, hello everybody. Got a few on already, so they'll just pop in. So, for some reason, everybody wanted a top 10 from us. So, I decided to take a bunch of questions and try to do things a little differently. For instance, are you going to do this while we're doing our top 10? Okay, that makes sense. She's also trying to get her costume ready for MegaCon, which starts, when does it start? Thursday? You're all set though.
No, I'm not.
What else do you have to do?
I gotta finish the bullets for Jinx, and then I have to finish stuff for Poison Ivy, and then I gotta finish some more stuff for Jinx.
Okay.
My katana's ready though. My katana's all ready.
And what do you have to do? You just have Overwatch.
I don't participate in MegaCon.
No, I know.
I'll be by myself playing Overwatch on PlayStation.
So, to do something a little bit different, I decided instead of us coming up with our own list that we would create a list entirely as this dog roams around as she normally does. But do it live. They don't even know what the top 10 questions going to be, but we're going to, all 4 of us are going to put together our top 10 right in front of you instead of arguing it out behind the scenes and taping it and make it all pretty like everybody else does. We figured we'd change things up, come up with the question, and build our top 10 from there.
Sounds good.
So the question that someone had asked, as a matter of fact, I think it was Mike King, to be specific, he asked, what is our top 10 games as a family of all time?
Okay.
Now I got an idea of what number 1 would be, but we're not even
Can't
gonna
look up from there.
go there.
Okay.
Can't look up
We're not even gonna, because I'm pretty sure that we would all agree what the number 1 game is.
Probably.
I'm pretty sure. Maybe like one person might dispute
But
it.
I think we have to go all the way back to the very beginnings, because one of the top games that we ever played, and I don't know if Mage Knight will count.
Yeah, but that was just me and you that played Mage Knight, and honestly,
You played Mage Knight, didn't you?
Mage Knight
What?
It's terrible. Is that the one that we had?
with the
The
clicks.
figures with the clicks?
The one that we had to hide our treasure and stuff?
I can already give you
No.
a few that I feel like is
Oh, I'm talking Mage Knight with the clicks.
Yeah, that's what I was talking
That's
about.
what I'm talking about. That's like personally my favorite, one of my favorite games. But we never
But is
played it
that
very much.
considered a miniature game?
Yeah, it's a collectible miniatures game.
Yeah,
Of course.
we gotta.
You could
why don't we-
consider Hero
See, we
Clicks.
would have to do board games and then miniature games as a separate subject. I
Yeah,
think.
but top 10 games of all time, or is it top 10 board games of all time?
That's what I'm
That's
saying.
the question.
It was top 10 games from the family of all time.
tabletop then.
Then I would say that a miniatures game could be included.
Well, I
The
know.
list isn't going to be dominated by miniatures games, though. It's going to be board games mostly.
Well, what about like Castle Panic? We all really like that game.
Did you like Castle Panic?
With the victory points, with the one round, we played that game a bunch.
Yeah, but of all time, it's probably going to be like Camel Cup. It's
Camel
gonna be
Cup,
up
Well,
there.
Castle
I think
Panic.
Camel Cup will be higher up. So where would you put Camel Cup if you had to put Camel Cup?
Third.
Third.
Third. What would you put second?
Well, let's not even go there. We brought up Camel Cup.
Just
Let's
do
bring
this.
up games as we see them, and then try to move them
Put
around.
them in the order.
Yeah, matter of fact, well, I won't write it down because we'll just figure it
Well,
out
Disc
as we go.
Duelers is definitely up there.
524 official indentation into DT content. What does that mean?
DT content.
Top 10 list and making it live. Kudos. Wasn't
Thank
there
you.
a separate Mage Knight mini game and Mage Knight board game? Yes.
Yeah,
there
we
was.
played the board game. You and I really liked that board game, but we never went back to it, and we were going to show her it.
I thought it was good, but it's not the same. For me, I'm weird. I like my favorite game
Mm-hmm.
is Mage Knight, the old Mage Knight game with the hero click style, with the clicks. We had all the big dragons and the siege weapons and
Yeah,
stuff.
do you remember that? You remember that more than
But
anybody
as
else.
far as a family game is concerned, I don't think it would be on the list at all because you and I played it a couple of times and that's about it.
Well, we played more than a couple times. I mean, we bought like.
Yeah.
And then if you remember, we were running those events
At the shop.
at the shop.
hobby
At the shop.
Yeah.
So I think that we'll leave that off the list.
Okay.
So
Especially
we have
that was-
Camel Cup
Mm-hmm.
so far.
Disc Duelers.
Disc Duelers.
It's got to be on
Maybe
the
Disc
list.
Duelers?
Yeah.
Do you have a suggestion? You must have one that stands out in your head of games.
We all know that Talisman's number one. Everybody knows that.
Obviously.
Well, yeah,
I'm
but,
pretty
but
sure,
let's
but
really take a
we'll-
look at it because how many times, we'll have to figure all that out.
I really like Dungeon Saga so much. Even though as a family we only played it once, I remember we had
You like
so
Dungeon
much fun.
Saga too?
We had, and I've been telling that we need to play that game again because we had a lot of fun.
All right, so you know where I would put Dungeon Saga?
In the
Near
middle.
the end.
Because we haven't
I would
played it
actually
enough.
put Dungeon Saga 10 right now, but it has a potential to move up.
If we play it more.
Dice Tower, LOL, they do tons of top 10s lists. The only reason we're doing this is a lot of people kept on asking for us to do a top 10. I don't want to mimic the Dice Tower at all. As a matter of fact, I don't even think this is anything like the Dice Towers because we're actually trying to figure out the top 10 list
Mm-hmm.
in front of you guys.
Yeah.
So we're putting a weird twist on it. So
All of a sudden I'm drawing blanks with some of these games.
no. So I would put Dungeon Saga at 10, and the only reason I would put it 10 is because we've got to play it. We're probably going to play it more, and I think it'll get better as we play it.
True.
Now,
That game was fun.
if you really think about it,
Trying to keep Justin alive the whole
I think
time.
number 9 would be Shadows of Brimstone.
I love that game.
Yeah, probably.
On a personal list, that game would be way up there for me. But yeah, that game was fun.
Yeah,
We played it for days.
I would
Only
agree with
because we didn't get a chance to get Mimi in on it as
And
much.
we haven't played it
Mhm.
again. I want to get back to my character.
No, I think that there's simple games like Sushi Go that would
I love that
honestly, even though
Where would
Love
you,
Letter.
huh? Oh,
Love
yeah,
Letter.
Batman, Love
That has
Letter.
to be in the top 5.
even though they're really simplistic games, a lot of times we'll pick a game night and we'll have like 2 big long games planned.
Mhm.
But sometimes a simple game you can throw in for a third game.
We should throw out all names of games and then try to figure the list from there. So here's a couple that I have to throw out. Number 1, we have to throw out Camel Cup, of course.
Throw it out.
No, I mean
No,
Oh,
like,
it
it's
has
on
to
the
go
table.
in. Yeah.
the Tortoise and the Hare.
Yeah,
really like
that'd
that
probably
game.
be like 6,
Maybe.
7, 8, somewhere around there.
Tortoise and the Hare?
No.
No?
Because
Disagree.
that was the day with Lex and
But
stuff.
we've
She
but
didn't
we've
really
played
get to
that game
enjoy
like
it.
we've played that game probably like 5 times together.
And
I
you
don't,
know,
I don't like it because it's just as simple as placing cards.
There's strategy behind it.
no. If she says, let's see if we can keep it in
It's
there.
questionable then.
I think
It's
you
a,
have-
it's a
you have-
contender.
You have to keep Batman Love Letter.
Oh man, what about Tumbling Dice? That game has got so much.
I would almost say Tumbling Dice maybe before Dungeon Saga. Maybe
Like number
push
10.
out Dungeon Saga.
It might. Let's
Yeah.
throw it out there. Tumbling Dice. Didn't mean it as a copy. I would call it more of a nod. Your channel is definitely focused on live streams. Yeah, we like to keep you guys involved, and we want you guys to be part of it, where you can ask questions and stuff like that. And we don't want everything to be I mean, I do a lot of tape stuff, but I try to make more live events so it's not so canned and showy and stuff like that. And one of the biggest things that we try to do at this channel is make you guys the biggest part of this channel, and that's pretty much what I
Do you
think.
have like a pen or something? I mean,
Yeah,
I don't
we
mind writing
We
down.
should
Alright,
just write
why
them
don't
all down on paper.
I
and
can
then
Because you're
really
small,
fun.
get out.
We
Get
can
out.
put numbers next to them.
Oh, never mind. Get in.
Okay.
So let's throw out all the names.
Okay, hold on.
Hey Joe, how are you?
Dungeon, Saga, Disc.
Disc duelers.
Disc duelers.
I spelled that wrong, whatever.
Disc
Talisman.
Duelers would up there be pretty high for you, no?
Camel Cup,
Camel Cup,
Sushi Go,
Sushi Go.
How about do you have
Shadows.
a game in your mind that sticks out?
Love Letter, Love Letter.
Love Letter and
How about something that we haven't named?
I like the train game. What's it called?
I do too a
I love
lot.
it. Take it to
Ticket to
Ride.
Ride.
That's literally probably
That's
one
one
of
of
those
my
like
favorite games,
shocking
too.
things that's like, and the anniversary edition. You weren't here when we played the anniversary edition. It's like even better.
Lay down.
It's really nice.
Let's see what this guy said. List them as a plan for an all-day game marathon. What would you all want to play? Then put them in order of what you want to play.
Colt Express, that was a lot of fun. Did you like Colt Express?
Oh, with the little
Where
people?
we're shooting each other on the train.
That game, we only played that game. We should
I
have
thought
played
I
that
that
was
played
game.
it a
fun.
few times though.
I think
No,
there's
we
But
didn't.
it stood out.
I think there's a lot of contenders for like 6, 7, 8, 9, 10
Mm-hmm.
games that we enjoy playing, but they're not like whoa, like greatest game ever. Games like Colt Express, and don't get me wrong, they're very, very good, but not our top 5. You see what I'm saying?
Well, we're just throwing them down, and then I'll
Okay.
start writing numbers on them.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to think of games where like
I know games that we were hideously.
I really liked Castle Panic a lot.
Rampage.
Rampage, yeah.
That's a good one. Good one, man.
I thought that, see, for me, Rampage was like hit or miss for me because it was my first time playing when we played, so, and I did really bad.
Yeah. What about Tesoro?
I like sure.
Tesoro of the Seas was fun. I also think
Is that
the
one, wait, is
with
that
the
one with
dragon.
dragons?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like that.
I also think the Dracula game was fun, but we need to play that one again,
Yeah, because we screwed it
where
up.
the
Oh,
investigators
man.
try to find Dracula.
Fury of Dracula.
Mhm.
And Vic didn't play that one. I feel like this has to be a list where like maybe all 4 of us have played because as much as we like Shadows
Yeah.
of Brimstone,
Victoria has
and
not played with
it.
us. That's true.
So that's not really a family vote because it's
That stupid face.
Shadows, like on a personal list, Shadows of Brimstone would be in my top 7. But
That's true.
All right. Well, let's roll for it.
see, Vic,
No.
no.
I don't like ruling for it.
We just did it
Honestly,
'cause
I think when we play, I make it fun because I get obnoxious. I'm like, oh, we're rolling for it, but it's
Somebody said World of
Black
Yoho.
Fleet.
World of Yoho is a lot of fun, and we had
But it
fun playing,
crashed
but it
every-
has glitches.
It
Black
crashed every time we played.
Fleet.
Black Fleet.
That game is so good.
Black Fleet's
Maybe
fun.
did play it
Yeah.
once.
I
Yeah.
really
All right, put
like
down
that.
Black Fleet.
I love that
I would
game.
put that in
That game
somewhere.
is like one of those games that we always forget about, and it's really good.
Jamaica.
We played it once and I won.
Hmm.
So I figured you would like that game.
Well, I like games because it's similar to Black Fleet, where you're like, kind
The
of.
ship race.
Yeah, I'm good at games like that. So
Quirkle.
we've only played that once.
We
Quirkle.
played that.
Ever.
Purple's fun.
Ever we played it.
Salmon Run you didn't like.
Oh my
No,
god.
I won that one.
Oh, that. All right, Salmon
love
Run.
Salmon
That
Run.
one took forever. Let's.
It was
rinse
good
it.
until we got stuck at the end. And
One
then we were there
Night
for like,
Ultimate Werewolf. We've never played it.
Pitch Car.
As an idea, list
Who
the.
did they pitch?
Pitch Car. You got to put pitch car.
Man, that one time when it was me, Justin, and Dad, and then
These are just suggestions. It's not the
What?
list yet. But
You didn't like pitch car?
I've never played this.
Yeah, you have played.
and you
Pitch.
did.
I
got you on video.
yeah, where you flick the discs on the
We
track.
got you on video.
On the big track. Wooden
You
track.
won it.
Huh?
Yes.
And then the time the 3
There
of
is
us
the
played,
ramp
I
that you
won.
have to shoot
Remember?
over the ramp. Vic, you played.
I'm sorry, but I've got to go. Pity I can't stay. But here in Spain, it's 1:13. I'm sorry about that, my brother. So time to sleep here. I guess a
7:16.
good afternoon is in order for you. Well, it's evening. It's 7:16 here, but you know the best thing about doing this live is that it'll be taped and you can take a look at it later. Hey there. Hey Kurt, how are you? And a matter of fact, hello to everybody that's here today as we're trying to figure out this ever-growing list that we're trying to put together. Well, we played some complicated games too. What about Aliens versus Predator?
AVP was fun.
Didn't you like that?
Did Vic play with us on that?
Yeah,
Yeah.
she was the aliens.
I was the humans that
I was the
got
Predator.
But poor
destroyed.
Janice, every single time that like Janice puts her opinion, and she's like, "Yeah, that one was fun because she's the one who won it."
No, there's a bunch of games I
That's
lose
right,
all
you
the
did
time.
win. Didn't you win that?
Yeah, but
She was the
Camel Cup,
Predators.
I always lose Camel
She was
Cup,
the
and it's
Predators.
one of my favorite games. I always, well, Sushi Go, I start well and I lose. I always lose Talisman,
What?
terribly. So you're gonna tell me
You
that
had a bunch of terrain and painted walls. So what about Resistance? We
I
haven't
love
played that.
Resistance.
Basically, the concept
So
is to figure out who the liars. Oh, Sheriff of Nottingham.
Sheriff of Nottingham.
That
That's
game
got to
is
go on the
fun.
list.
Oh yeah.
That's
that
gonna
game is awesome.
that's gonna
Two
end
bread
up
with
on
cheese.
two bread one cheese.
You know, Lex did that when me, her, and Vic played.
She did the exact same thing.
Exact same thing.
It's like I have three.
Oh, I think I know what
outfits.
he's talking about. How about Super Dungeon Explorer?
I mean, did we play it?
Yes, we did on the big
That was the day that
crafted
me and
board.
Victoria were so tired. I don't know why, but I remember like I feel like I need to play that game again because I'm so tired that I
We've
didn't.
played
like,
it a few times. Mimi's played it
I've
quite a
only
bit.
played it once though.
Does that rank up there as one of your favorite games? Super Dungeon Explorer?
One game I really liked that we only played once was.
How about
Chrono
Dungeon Quest?
Chrono Masters.
Yeah.
That was
Chrono-
fun,
Yeah,
but
it's
What about
pretty
Dungeon
bad.
Quest? Remember we ran that up in
Okay.
Ocala? And
The
then we
one where you
played.
had to get out for sunlight.
Yeah.
I've never played that one.
Yes, you
I
have.
really
Yes,
like
we
that
have.
one.
I think
Yes, we have played it. We played
I
the
really
old
like
version.
that one, 'cause there was
Huh?
that guy, and he
Why don't I
Cigars.
remember?
Oh, yeah,
I
yeah,
honestly don't remember this
where the
game.
dragon is in the middle, and you have
You have to go in there,
go
get
in
the
maybe you didn't
treasure,
play
and
with
get
us.
out.
You have to
Yes,
go
you
in.
did.
Yes, we did, but I
Mhm.
played with only the three of us.
Yeah,
it
but
was
she
one.
played, but I played it with
It
her,
was the
so
one
it
where
does count.
we failed so miserably. That was the one where I like died twice. Yeah.
Says you each had 3 heroes. They were tiny missiles with a bunch of terrain and painted walls. Yeah, the
Disc Duelers. Disc
Yeah,
Duelers.
Disc
That's
Duelers.
Disc Duelers. Descent we have not played yet. Justin and I played it. We played the original one. I'm in the midst of making a whole series of painting the entire Descent series, and now that they have the app, we are really heading towards doing that. The Warhammer Quest we're planning on doing.
The game was really good that Vic never got a chance to play with us was Legendary, with the
Marvel Legendary
Marvel Legendary,
card
where you
game.
collect all the Loki cards.
Yeah, that was pretty good.
That was fun. That was that one night we played it. I mean, I really enjoyed it.
We
It's
gotta
like
do.
cooperative, but it was also it's like Castle Panic where you work together, but at the end there's also a winner.
So we got a pretty good list here. I'm trying to think what else we missed. Well, we said Tumbling Dice. Tumbling Dice is one of our favorites.
Yeah.
Cause
Certain games like
Sushi Go
Tumbling
has to
Dice and Sushi Go
in Camel.
Machi
and
Koro.
Machi Koro, you
I
can
like
put
that
that down.
game. I don't
But to
think-
me, they feel like they're like quicker games.
Mhm.
That when we do our big game days where we play for the whole afternoon, that they're kind of like a choice that we always fit one of them in.
because they're just
Because they're
fun.
quick and easy and fun. And we all know that we like to play.
I like that game King's Gold or whatever.
King's
yes,
Gold.
yes,
With the
yes.
coin?
Put that on there.
Where you gotta steal the.
Where you roll the dice and steal the treasure.
Let's see. Because there's a lot of stuff that we started playing.
See, this is the problem. We like games so much that it's like hard because there's just so many games that we like overall.
I wouldn't. Fire Team Zero, I would actually leave out.
No,
I found that to be questionable. I'd have to play it again.
and
Yeah.
we've only played it once.
Let's
Castle
see.
Chaos, I don't know.
What else would I
Chaos
throw in
Castle.
there?
Chaosal was questionable.
Chaosal.
That could be
Questionable.
top 10 questionable games. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you'd have to play it again.
Top 10 games we're not sure if we enjoyed or didn't enjoy.
We didn't play Imperial Assault. Justin does not care for.
I want to play Imperial.
I know you do.
I would play it.
Arcadia Quest. I've just gotten mine almost painted, and Blood Rage.
Snowtails.
I don't even want to see it. Snowtails.
That game was.
We had fun. We had fun playing.
I
Snowtails.
was like,
I
I
would
was
put
working so hard. I was
Snowtails.
like, I can
We did
count.
another
I can count.
racing game. What was the other? We've played Formula D before.
Played Formula D, but not with the girls. You and I have played Formula D before.
Yeah, so we can't count that one. Can you think of anything else, man?
I'm just here to
Yeah, you're just here.
I think we've pretty much. There might be a couple that
No,
we're
there's
not
a couple
thinking
that
of.
we're not thinking of.
Let me think. With the horse racing game we
Oh,
like.
the horse racing game.
Why can't I visualize? I really like Seasons, even though Victoria hasn't
Seasons.
played
Something-
it.
what
That's
is
such
it?
a good
What's
You
it
can write
called?
that down.
Something Derby.
We played the horse racing game together
What's
once.
it called?
Home Stretch.
Home Stretch.
That game was pretty cool.
Home Stretch. You liked Home Stretch.
It's simple.
Seasons, man.
those
Victoria, we
ones.
need to get Victoria in on Seasons because we played that game so many times in the
Seasons
last
we
week,
played a lot,
and
it's
it's
fun.
just such a fun game because
Yeah.
it's like
Because we just started kind of getting into that. Because you and I played it when we were on our
You and I have played it twice by ourselves.
Shadows of Camelot.
I've not seen it.
Shadows of Camelot is fun. That's
Yeah.
kind of, there's a spy in the group, and he kind of tries to demean your progress, and you got to determine who's trying to sabotage the team.
Crowmasters Arena, we played.
We played a
Dead
good
of
cop,
Winter,
bad
we
cop.
have it. We haven't even taken it out of the
Remember?
wrapper.
Remember Good Cop, Bad Cop or whatever?
Salmon Run. Somebody said Salmon Run.
Yeah. Most of the games I remember,
But I
most of you
wouldn't put that in
guys
my top
didn't
10.
like. We're trying to put together a top 10 of our
You
top
didn't like
10.
Salmon Run?
Oh, I liked it, except towards the end where we were like, somebody just needs to win because we
Yeah.
were all like falling off
We
the
were
waterfall.
struggling, yeah.
Struggling with that game. I just feel that there's a couple more games out there that we missed. I don't know why.
Mm,
Because we liked a
You
lot
know
of
what?
racing games.
see, I like the
I think that obviously
I feel
the favorite family game is going to be Talisman. I
Yeah.
think
So
that's
we-
pretty
So
much
that's got to
determined.
be.
Then we
that's
put
gotta-
a 1 and then a 10 and then we'll fill in
Yeah.
from there.
You would agree, Talisman is the all-time favorite game.
Is that a question?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was.
Talisman's our favorite game to play, for sure.
Yeah.
It has been for a long time. I think that we need
Space
to try
That's mine.
Space Hulk, but only you and I really play that.
Yeah, so we can't count that. I mean, what do you think? What? Is everybody arguing?
I said
You're in the
for
family
sure,
now.
and then that.
Cosmic Encounter, no. Tokunaku, we played that
With the panda.
with the panda.
We didn't.
That was
We
fun.
didn't play it.
But you guys didn't care
fully.
for Yeah, but you guys just didn't
We
care
didn't
for it.
get far enough.
Spectre Ops, no. Co-ops. We played a lot of co-ops. Co-ops.
Where we work together.
Yeah?
Well, there's the one game, the card game, where you have the purchase units that you can purchase in the center.
Xenomorph.
Xeno Shift.
Xenoshift.
I like Xeno Shift.
Mm-hmm.
That was the game when it got wet and you bought a new one.
Somebody spilled water on the
Oh,
cards,
yeah.
so we had to buy a new one.
Oh, I was so
Yep.
I was so mad at all of you. I was so mad at all.
But no, it wasn't us who spilled. It was when Gabby hit you and it knocked down the
No,
water.
it was you.
No, it wasn't.
It was one
No,
of you.
No, it
I
wasn't.
think it was you.
No,
No,
it was actually you.
No, it wasn't.
No, it was actually you because
Was it?
remember you kept on spilling 3 games in a row. You spilled water, and I told you don't you from now on use
And then
sippy
Gabby
use a
came
sippy
by
cup.
with it. It wasn't me.
It might have been me.
It was you. No,
Okay.
it wasn't you.
See, for once, y'all can blame me, but for once, that wasn't me.
Well, because you were so quick to blame it on me, so of course I'm going to blame it on
I
you.
remember like Gabby hitting the cup or
It
something.
wasn't Gabby. It was him. He knocked it over and it spilled all over the board. And if you remember, You can see the steam coming out of my ears
Oh, I
because
remember
I
how
said,
mad you were.
now I have to go
Somebody
buy
says,
another game.
You seem to enjoy Cards of Cthulhu. We did.
Oh, that's
I
right.
like
We
Cards
did
of
enjoy
Cthulhu.
that
See,
game.
me and
But
Dad
it was
really
too
liked that game, but it was too easy
easy
with four
with four
It
players.
was too
players.
easy because we had.
I think
Who,
there's some
who
rules.
was it? Was it me? Somebody had like a combo that
You
you could
did.
do that made it really easy.
You did.
Yeah.
I had a certain combo
I
with
think we
my
have to reread
objects.
those rules because I felt like there was some.
You didn't care for that.
Well,
Cards of
it's still-
Cthulhu.
It's still placing cards to me. I don't know. I just kind of got bored halfway through it. I think it was mostly because it wasn't really that much of a challenge.
Deck builders.
Somebody said Battle Lore.
I've never played
I
that.
haven't
No,
played that.
That's well, I have it. I haven't done it. Yeah. Oh, Dungeon.
Dungeon.
Remember one with the epic when she threw it? It was one of the first ones we taped. And
Oh,
she-
Dungeons and Dragons, that
And-
little
and then
fan.
she-
Oh, that game was fun.
Live on the tape, she turns around. She goes, "Justin, you're an asshole."
Yeah.
That was the one
you
where
remember
you
that one?
rolled the double.
I rolled the
double
double thing.
six, and you got up so quick and started laughing. I was so mad because I was
Because
about
you
to-
were a shoo-in to win unless this one particular thing happened.
And then Dad happened
and
to
you
roll
rolled
double
it,
six.
what I needed you
But
to
you
roll.
got up so quick.
Catacombs, you guys didn't like.
Oh,
Pandemic, you guys.
we haven't
It was
played.
we played Pandemic.
Not the new
I
one,
like
We were
the-
going to play Pandemic Legacy, but we just didn't want to do it.
'cause it
I
was
like
too
the
much.
concept of Catacombs because we like Disc Dueler so much. But Flick 'em Up is another game that tries to imitate Disc Duelers.
Instead of trying to be its
And
own game.
Catacombs, well, I don't know who's imitating who, but it's a similar type of a game, but we didn't like it.
Mimi, Resident Evil deck building game. She has it. She refuses to play it because Above and Below.
Above and Below.
I
is
like that game.
I think
a
we
lot
have to
and
put that
big.
in there, even though she didn't
fun.
play it,
Yeah, Above and Below.
because we really
Okay,
like
but see,
that.
now
We
we're
did
having
nice
so
job.
many games that we're not going to be able to.
That's fine.
But that's
we
the
have
whole
to,
point.
we have to
Because
eliminate.
you gotta pick the 10.
Well, why don't we do a show of hands for like number 10?
Well, we can ask each. We'll name
Well,
a
let's
game.
just make sure that we have all the. Oh, wait a minute, hold it. There was another castle game that we did.
That what defense
Oh,
one where I was the healer
The
with
tower
the
defense
guardian
one. We really liked that
with
too.
the different waves, and there was like 20 monsters would somehow come out at different levels. I was
No
the
Siege.
No,
Oh,
it was-
Besiege.
it
That's
had the
another one that we did.
towers. It had the little actual castle towers.
You didn't like
And
Besiege.
we
did
had-
you?
I think I remember what you're talking
I don't
about.
remember that one.
We played
That's
that
the one
game.
where they were all
It was a
coming at
big
the
board.
towers.
It took us like 2 days.
Remember
to
we
play.
had the towers, and then we built the whole map.
Yeah, it was like a
It's
And you
tower
can
tower
defense.
buy
It was like a
soldiers and
video game.
archers, and you can level up over time.
So
No, I haven't played the. I have all these games that there's so many games we haven't explored. The original Warhammer Quest, Justin and I
Castle
played.
Panic's on the list already.
No, it's Kingdom. Not Kingdom. Oh, Kingdom Builder. That was a good one.
Somebody
All of the little
said
houses.
any of the Axis and Allies games. That would definitely be on my top 10, but only my dad and I play those. The girls don't play those games.
Yeah, because then we would get into all the war games that we both play.
This is.
Yeah, see, a lot of these games that you guys are naming off are all games that he and I played. You know, we played so much, you and I.
Carcassonne is a fun game, but we
Yeah.
haven't played
What
that
about
one.
Catan?
Settlers of Catan?
Yeah, you like Settlers of Catan.
Janice hasn't
I
played
haven't
that one
played
with
that
us.
one at all.
Apples to apples.
That's like not even a game.
No.
That's just like a party game, like
Yeah.
Twister. That would go under a category of like Twister and stuff.
That's a good
All right,
idea.
don't yell at me.
Somebody said each person
Pathfinder
chooses
we haven't
their.
played as a family and
Yeah,
we've been meaning
yeah,
to.
but we're going to.
I like the game.
We're planning on doing it when we get back from MegaCon. Zombicide.
I've never played that one.
Oh yeah.
I don't like that game at all.
I love-
I don't like Zombicide at all. It's not fun for me.
And I've
For
never
a similar
played it.
reason why I'm questionable about that Fire Team Zero that we played.
But there's no
Just the way
reward.
that it's just like endless monsters, and sometimes it seems like
It's
even if you
awesome.
roll
It's really
perfectly,
I'm
you're
gonna,
gonna get
I'm gonna,
overwhelmed.
I'm gonna go get that castle. The name of that castle again, because it's
Okay.
right over on the thing. Hold on.
No, Castle Panic. There's another tower defense game that has actual physical King's Armory. That's what it's called.
King's Armory.
King's Armory, and it actually had actual towers. Finish.
No.
Oh. Almost there though.
10,000 tile game of Carcassonne somebody played.
10,000 tiles.
A big game. I don't know. I haven't
Do
seen
you
it.
guys have that game? Do we have it?
We have the box set of it, yeah. I've played it. Dad and I used to play it on Xbox. I think it was Xbox. It's originally a board game, but they made it a video game on Xbox.
Zia, been looking at Zia. What is that?
I don't know. I haven't heard of that
No,
one.
we haven't. Why?
Dawn of the Oculites.
Dawn of the Oculites.
Yeah.
That was fun, but we only played it once.
And it was with me and you only.
Hmm. That was a lot of fun.
How about Dino Race? Remember the game with the
Dino
egg?
Race.
Dino Race was fun.
And then
Dino
Justin
Race.
kept ending up with the
You're
egg.
okay. You can sit down.
No, okay.
So, somebody said that we should each make our own list and then compare them to see who has the.
We have Sentinel Tactics. We have Exia. We have all these games. There's just so many games that we haven't even ventured into yet.
Well, why
Code
don't we start
names.
calling out some of these.
All right, so let's start making it. So number one,
This
This
talisman.
talisman,
This
we all
talisman.
agree on that.
This Duelers has to. I feel like it has to.
where do you
be
think
on the
this dueler's going to be? 2? What? Well, then where does Camel Cup go?
For me, I would say this Duelers is like 4.
This dueler's 4?
Yeah.
Hold on. What would you put number 2 then?
list. Love Letter, probably. Love Letter, Sushi
What do you
Go,
think?
or Sheriff of Not. Oh man, there's so many games on that. This is a problem.
Second one for me would be Love Letter.
Batman Love Letter?
Yeah.
You know why?
That game.
Because we played that game like a million times.
I could.
Remember that one time that we were playing Love Letter, and then it was a tie between Justin and I, and then Justin's like, "All right, it's 1v1," and then we did it, and then I got a Batman right at the first draw, and then I guessed the
That
correct character
corset
that he
the
was.
girl looks so
I
good.
remember that.
Must have
First
taken
move.
forever to make. It's part of
You
her
were-
Loki
You were
cosplay
beating
that
me
she's
so
doing
bad,
this week.
and then cause
They're in
it
the
was
middle
like,
of doing all
you
their
had like
cosplay
5
stuff.
Batmans, and I had like 1 Batman,
And so we
and
just
then
said,
I caught up to you.
yeah, it
by
was
the
all
end.
handmade.
Remember?
You guys will have complete coverage of MegaCon and all their costumes. They've got so many costumes. It's making my head spin already, just trying to get it into a hotel room.
We're gonna be doing most of it. Okay.
Somebody
What?
says why Talisman is our favorite.
Yeah.
I don't know. There's just some like.
It's
just so-
just something personal. It's a game that we've always they played since they were little. Since you guys were little, you guys
Yeah.
played that, and it's just something. Every time we try to get away from it, for some reason, we go back to it because they come out
There's
with
just
another
so like
expansion.
much room
It's-
to like develop a character, and the cool thing
Yeah.
about the game is if you die, it doesn't necessarily mean you lose.
We have all the D&D board games, but only Justin and I played the D&D board games. You know, the whole thing with this channel is we're really going to be getting into a lot more of these games and really expanding.
Yeah.
But I have to tell you, you know, we have a ton. I mean, you guys see the videos behind me. I mean, we have 600 games, and we seem to stick with the same 20 sometimes, unless.
Yeah.
But we're trying to expand out more. Like,
Where would we put Sheriff of Nottingham? I feel like that's one that we all can agree has to go on the top 10 list. Third.
Third, that's pretty high.
wow, that is pretty high.
Why? Because you always get caught.
I'd put like 5 or 6.
I have very fond memories.
I would
of
say,
the poker
well, I
game.
thought Disc Duelers was. See, Disc Duelers, we want to kill each other.
And that's
That's
why
a
This
whole
Duelers
different-
is very competitive, but it's fun.
I really like this Duelers.
I think Camel Cup would be
Hold
number
on,
Number
2.
two.
we're missing a ton of
I think
questions
Camel
here.
Cup honestly would be number 2.
I'm somebody that that does not like to miss people's questions. I'm really sorry. Guys, I'm just gonna read off some of this, so just bear with me. Dominion, yeah, we played it. Sentinel Tactics, we have it. We haven't gotten to it because we wait for me to paint everything. We have all the Zia stuff. That is a sandbox game we want to play. We also have TI3 that we want to play. He's talking about the Corset, handmade. Yes, Shadowrun Crossfire. I have that. I can't convince you to play it. I tried to get it onto the thing. The girls cosplay. Their Instagram is crazy impressive. Thank you. Say thank you.
Thank you.
They say your Instagrams are crazy impressive.
Nice.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Nate, because it's secret. We're all frogs. Yes, we are all frogs, so that's why we play Talisman. Any economic games or 18X?
Economic games.
Well, you know something. Well, you see, we didn't play it all together. Like
That Dungeons and Dragons game.
Shadows of the water.
Waterdeep or something deep. Lords of Waterdeep.
Lords of Waterdeep.
Mhm.
We like that one too. Take it easy, Kurt. Go easy. But we all didn't play it. We tried to get her to play it. We've played a lot of. You see, that's a lot of things that. But if it doesn't stick in our head, Scoville we played.
Skullville is a lot of fun.
No, with the ghost
Victoria won
peppers.
that game. You won that,
The
right?
Pepper Girl.
Everyone thought I was gonna win because I was getting all those big cards,
All the pressure of that.
and then I didn't win.
Admit it. Number 2 is Monopoly. Don't be ashamed. I don't think we've ever played Monopoly.
I have.
Well,
I'm
together.
really-
Ciao, see you later. Shadows of Brimstone. Well, we're going to talk about that. Fortune and Glory.
Time
We never
Stories
played
was
that. We
fun.
want to play it.
Time Stories is a lot of fun.
I really
Time
that game
Stories.
is
We
tried to get
hard.
her to play
Victoria, you would like that game a lot.
I would put Time Stories probably as like on the top 10, like number 10. I had a lot of fun playing that, and we played that 3 times?
And we still haven't beaten it.
I
We
think the
haven't
top
beaten it.
5 we have to have games that
All
That all four of us had played.
But the bottom 5, I think we can fit in a couple games that just us 3.
Well, then Love Letter needs to go in the top 5.
Well, she said Love Letter at 2. I would agree at Love Letter.
Letter.
I would put Love Letter probably at like
Batman,
5
Love
or
Letter.
something, but I think we can agree to put it at number 2 then, if you guys all think that it
Do
should
you think Sheriff of Nottingham at 2 or Love Letter at 2?
Love Letter.
All right, then it's Love Letter at 2.
What about Sushi Go?
Yes, 6 sounds good for that one.
Sushi Go or... Okay, so where does Camel Cup go?
3.
3.
We've played that game a lot.
Camel Cup 3
I would have put Camel
Or
Cup at
Disto-
2, but you guys
or
wanted to
Sheriff
put
of
Love Letter
Nottingham?
up there.
Sheriff of Nottingham 3?
Sheriff of Nottingham goes 3.
See, now this is where we disagree.
Which one do you think should be higher, Sheriff of Nottingham or Camel Cup? It's up to you. Because we're in dispute over it.
Can there be a 3-3?
No, hold on. So Camel Cup.
Camel Cup, we've just
I
had
don't
fun.
have
We've
people
had
with
so much.
attention spans.
We've had so much fun.
Robo
playing
Rally, we played that, but that was only me and you.
Robo Rally, you
That's
and I
another
have
one
played.
that we have
it. We
to.
haven't played Arcadia Quest together.
No, we haven't. We've been leading
I
towards
was
that.
talking about
We were
Legendary,
talking about Legendary.
but that's another one that we've only played once and haven't played.
You know, I'm gonna go Camel Cup at 3 because, and I would go Sheriff of Nottingham
That's
4.
4.
Then who's going to be 5? So these are some
Disc Duelers.
Disc Duelers.
Would you say Disc Duelers 5? Do you agree with that?
I still think Sheriff of Nottingham needs to be 3.
We put Sheriff of Nottingham at 4,
Well, we put Love Letter.
I don't think Camel Cup is that great.
but we do.
You know,
Well, because I thought, well, we played some of
next
the-
week's top 10 is fights over fighting over top 10 lists.
Well, like, for example, I really
Wait till we
like
get
Love
into
Letter.
our
We can
top-
switch them. We can switch Sheriff of Nottingham to 3 and Camel Cup to 4. That's fine. Go ahead. You can switch them. That's fine.
My opinion matters most.
You want this?
But you used up your opinion points now.
Yeah, the last few.
Yeah.
Distillers
We
is
haven't
5,
tried
Sushi Go is
Orleans.
6. So
I don't know who would be calling me from Ohio.
Games that you guys played so far.
Yeah, that's what we're trying to work out. I mean, we played so many games where there's only been 2 of us, or this, that, and the other.
There's certain games that I
Ticket to
really.
Ride, I really like
that
that
I
Like, see,
really-
Ticket to Ride. What about Ticket to Ride?
With the trains.
Yeah. What?
Ticket to
I'm
Ride,
sorry,
you think
I-
for number 7?
Do you think Ticket to Ride should be higher?
Higher than Sushi Go.
Yeah. No.
So here's the list so far. Talisman, number 1. Obviously, that's the only thing we can agree. Love Letter, number 2.
It's got to be Batman Love Letter.
Yeah.
Batman.
Because
Love
we got to
Letter.
make all the noises.
Yeah.
Eldritch Horror seems like a game that
Wanna know
most of
why
the
I work
time. How do you like it? We haven't
That
gotten
game
to
is
that.
number 2 because we like it.
Yeah.
We
And then
want to.
Justin will sit there and drool when he loses.
I always lose because I have the card
Because we
and I
play,
can't
some
help
of us
but
have played
imitate
it.
the character, and everybody knows who I'm pretending to
Oh,
be.
I know.
So Talisman.
Arkham Horror is another one that we've played, but we all haven't played. So we're just trying to keep this to what we've all played.
We've all played together.
So number 1, Talisman. Number 2, Love Letter, Batman.
Yes, it has to.
Number 3, Sheriff of Nottingham. Number 4, Camel Cup. Number 5, Distillers. Number 6, Sushi Go. Number 7, Ticket to Ride? Question mark.
What do you think, Vic? Or do you think Ticket to Ride should be higher than
I
number
feel
7?
like Dungeon Saga needs to
Yeah, Dungeon Saga I like better than Ticket to Ride.
Really?
Dungeon Saga needs to be
Ticket
like
to
number.
Ride is like one of
That
my
Dungeon Saga
favorite
game.
games.
That game is good.
Yeah,
You
but,
wanna
but
why
you
I
know
like that
something?
game
We
so much?
haven't
All
started
of us
developing the
work together
characters in
so
that.
well.
King of Tokyo. What about King of Tokyo?
I never played that.
King of Tokyo is like Rampage.
You
right?
hated that.
I didn't like that.
The reason why I like Dungeon Saga so much is the
Yeah, we
three
got
of us,
Machi Koro here.
the 3 of us
I think
played.
Machi Koro almost
And
comes
we
in
got
at 10
along.
out of 10.
We got along so well.
There's 8, 9, and 10 are gonna be a toss up with a lot of these games.
You would, so where would you put Dungeon Saga? Because
6.
we
It needs to be high because literally that was a cooperative game that we actually all got along.
You guys can put
it
it.
was actually, I thought it was really, really good because it reminded me of Warhammer Quest and all the things that we
You
could
even
have
said that you
done.
really liked
I
it.
did.
We just didn't implement everything that we could, and now that we have all those expansions and everything that we have with it, I think Super Dungeon Explorer kind of fell off the list here
I
because of Dungeon
I like
Saga.
this.
I thought Dungeon Saga was fun. I had a lot of fun playing it, and I would like to play it again. I just think some of
I
these
just
other
like to
games
have all
I would
the
put first. But if you
I
guys,
think it makes the list.
oh sure. If all 3 of you guys think that it should be, then you guys outrule me. So I would put it as number 7.
I would put it above Sushi Go.
Really? Yeah, because Sushi Go is kind of a party game that we kind of.
Yeah, but that's not the rules. Say that we
No,
can't
no,
put
I know.
party
You're
games.
right. You're right. You're right. You're right.
No, I want Sushi Go on the list, but I think Sushi Go would be 7 versus
And
this.
you know what I think too? You know what I think this list is kind of showing?
What?
That certain party games that are quicker to pick up and play tend to kind of make our favorites because they're so easy to play, we play them more.
Machi
see
Koro,
what
I
I'm
think,
saying?
should be number
But
10.
I think you see when you look at the number 1 game, that is a 6-7 hour game.
Well, that's
so you
not a
really
party
can't say
Yeah,
that.
but
It's not
Love
a party
Letter,
game.
Sheriff, Camel Cup, these are all pretty quick
But some of
games.
the most epic moments happen in some of these games.
Yeah.
Like you know what I think it is? We attribute it to when mommy cooks all
Makes us
Sunday
food,
afternoon,
and
and
we
then
got
we're
our
sitting,
drinks
and you're sitting there like
everything,
an idiot screaming
Mhm.
Camel Cup, camel
Yeah.
cup, camel cup, camel cup. Well, how do you do it?
Come on, go.
Yeah. and we just laugh for like an hour. So Camel Cup has that memory
It's
where
like a
it may not be.
sentimental game.
Yeah, it's almost like a
It may
sentimental
not be the
game. Where
best game.
I think you may have played better games. Oh, let me put up the other thing here. But it might Robinson Crusoe. That's another game that we haven't played yet. But I heard it's like brutal, where we'll end up choking each other.
So,
But also, Disc Duelers is a game that when we play,
It is so serious.
It's so serious, and we
Me and
hate
Dad
each
had
other.
a physical fight on
We
camera.
almost got into a fight.
I
Oh,
think
you're always favoring
I
Victoria.
think-
No, but that
from now
was
on-
the thing that remember
I
Dad
think-
did kind of pick
I
on
think
me.
from now on, if we do, which we haven't done in a while, we have to do another grand tournament.
Mhm.
If we do a grand tournament and we decide to include disc duelers in the grand tournament, it has to be the very first game that we play, because if you put disc duelers near the end, everyone teams up against the person that's been winning all the games.
That's true.
That's true.
It is very true.
And we like unforgiving games. Las Vegas, I couldn't talk them into it. 1901, I couldn't talk you guys into it. There's a couple of games I show you and I go, you want to try this? And there's a lot of great games, yeah, especially you.
Well, let's get back to
That's
But-
the thing.
but-
I mean, a lot of these games on this list, I wish you would have played with us because you would probably like them.
yeah, like
But
Shadow.
but unfortunately, when we do
At
tapings,
Grammys, yeah.
she's been with Grammy or she's working.
Mm-hmm.
So Disc Duelers, Sushi Go. I want Dungeon Saga to be higher than Sushi Go, and that's just my personal opinion. I like
I
dungeon
can
games, and I will
almost-
always go.
You know
for
why?
dungeon
Because
games.
we haven't come back to
That's
that game.
good.
Dungeon Saga higher or lower than Sushi Go?
Wait,
She's thinking.
This is the thing, we've only played it once. We played Sushi Go so many times.
I would put Sushi Go higher
Yeah.
as well.
Yeah, you know,
well, that's fine.
I kind of agree with that. I think if you got to put Dungeon Saga in, it's got to be at 8 right now because it has potential to move its way up.
Ticket to Ride then definitely has to be number 7.
I would agree with
I
that.
agree with that.
Ticket to Ride for my personal games is probably like 3 or 4
Yeah, for personal games, it's probably
that I like to play.
that game is just really fun. And then when we
I
played the
went,
anniversary
well,
edition,
because we have the anniversary edition, it makes it that much more
because
fun.
you get your
The
little,
pieces are really
I have
nice.
like little giraffes in my cars, like
But
that was all fun.
the thing that bothers me is that you can't get the bigger maps to go with the
So, can you see
anniversary
the pen real
edition.
quick?
So we just have that one map.
We don't have to cross them out.
Well, let's see what we have left. So Dungeon Saga's on the list. Disc Duelers on the list. Talisman's on the list. Camel Cup's on the list. Sushi Go Shadows, no.
Well, because Shadows, the 3 of us, I feel like if Victoria would play that game,
Right.
it would end up on this list. But it's,
Yeah, Victoria
it's kind
played that.
it's like a talisman.
Sheriff of Nottingham we
literally
have on the list. Okay, so here's games that we don't have on the list yet. King's Gold.
That game was fun.
It's fun, but I think it's a little too light for our list. Not that some of the other games here, we already have enough light games.
If we had like a top, like
We have a lot of light games on the list, but it's not to say that we like to play light games only, but it's just I think that there's a lot of like memories of like
remember this list
competing
is
and
about a
stuff.
family list.
Yeah.
If we're talking about personal list, then we're gonna have heavier games. I will have heavier games on my personal list.
Well,
if we're
me
talking
too.
about it as a family-
I would have games that would make your head fall.
If we're talking about family top
Yeah.
10, yeah, of course it's gonna be lighter games.
Because it's stuff that we all agree on that we like to play.
Does Tumbling Dice make the top 10?
I say no.
Nah. I like it, but nah. There's games on here I'd much rather see on the list. Machi Koro, I feel like needs to be number 10. Even though I lose terribly every time I play.
What? Does Machikoro make the top 10?
I think that tumbling dice should make top 10.
Well, yeah, because Justin, when I think about how Justin gets so frustrated because he'll start out really great.
And
And
then
I do really
you're
bad
done.
in the end.
You see
I
that?
It's funny. You know what? That game is really awesome because
Is it really Camel Cup or Camel Up?
it's Camel Cup.
It's
Camel
Camel
Cup.
Cup. At least that's what the designer told me. Yeah, the anniversary. I need to play Firefly. I love that
See,
show.
now it's between
See, we have no. Yeah.
Tumbling Dice, but that's a game we all 4 played together. So, well, no, we played Machikoro together too. But she never played Machikoro without the expansions. where
My
that,
RC
was.
win
Oh,
rate
okay.
is 50%. Oh, Robinson Crusoe. Robinson Crusoe is a great game. We have not played a Galaxy Trucker. We don't even. That's one game I
think
don't
Tumbling
have.
Dice needs to go on the
It was
list.
just something.
Now that I think about it, I take it back. I think Tumbling Dice needs to go on the list. That's like number 10. Because there's been some really awesome
what do we have
camera-worthy
left here
moments.
out of this
Because
list?
we have a lot of games.
Rampage, I don't think makes the top 10.
I don't think so. It was for
So
me.
It was
cross it
okay.
out.
Well, yeah, cross it out.
Okay.
Colt Express.
I really like that game.
I like that game. I don't think we played it enough.
But I don't think it makes the list.
I don't think it makes the list.
Think that-
Seasons, if I think all four of us play it.
If Victoria had played, it would be on the list, I'm sure.
Sure. It's
But-
on my top, like my personal top 10.
All right,
would be.
King's Gold. I don't think makes the list. Above and Below.
That game is good. That's another game that Victoria wasn't here for, and I feel like she would really like that
Scoville,
game.
that.
That wouldn't be on my top.
No. Dino Race, no.
No.
Jamaica, no. Black Fleet, though.
I really like that game a lot.
King's
Bad one, you
Armory
love
was good. Macho Cory. Macho Cory, does it make it?
No.
No. You said no.
Tumbling Dice, I think, should be on there. We have
What
two
about
more
Pitch
spaces.
Car?
I remember that.
Probably Black Fleet at 9 and Tumbling Dice at 10.
I think that's how I picture it.
Yeah, I think you
I mean,
got. I think you
Black
have to
Fleet's
put
the
it
only
in.
game that Victoria on this list hasn't played with us.
Yeah, she had. She played it
She
once.
hasn't played with us?
No, she played it once. We played 4 players.
No.
She played it once.
Do you remember playing with us, Black Fleet? I don't
With
remember.
the
Yeah,
gold
she has. There's 4 ports that you pick up the little crates.
There's a lot of
And you
games
have
where
to
you
sell
think
them to the
Victoria
other
was there
islands.
and she wasn't. There's a lot
Yeah,
of
no,
games
she was.
where you
She
think Victoria was
played it.
there.
I know she played it because we never played it with 4 people. And then we played it.
I'd still put Black Fleet on the list.
I'm regardless of that, I know for a fact that Victoria's like been
All right, and then
placed
Tumbling Dice,
as number 10.
which I'm kind of on the fence with.
I mean, there are games on this list that I'd much rather put than Tumbling Dice, but when I think about a family, Tumbling Dice is a lot of fun
All right.
because there's a lot of times where like there's a very camera-worthy moments with that game.
Fuse or Escape, no. We never played any time games. We were going to play Zombie 15, but we never even opened
Are
it.
we ready to
Matter of
read
fact, I
this list
should-
out?
No, hold on. Funny thing, when it's translated with the Nordic, we call it Camel Up, the original. Paul Darcy, Flying Frog Games and Gale Force 9 are my 2 favorite board game companies. Yeah, they're really, really
Flying
good.
Frog's the one that does
Merchants
Shadows,
of
right?
Venus, I played.
Hmm.
I really like that game. I think you guys would too, but that's another one that we have to venture into. I'm just trying to make sure I get both when I hit it. Yeah, it's such a thing. Doesn't matter about the camels. The camels would matter. All right, so let me see the list. So, wow, we did this in an hour. Not bad. Without killing each other. So for our very first top 10, here's the way it is. At number 10, we've decided to go with Tumbling
This
Dice,
is top 10 family
family games, where we've
for
all
us
played.
that we've all played.
Black Fleet at 9, Dungeon Saga at 8, Ticket to Ride at 7, Sushi Go at 6, Disc Duelers at 5, Camel Cup at 4, Sheriff of Nottingham at 3, Batman Love Letter at 2, and our number 1 game of all time playing so far is Talisman.
I like that
With
new expansion
all the
a lot,
expansions,
too. The one with the
Everything
denizens, I think.
included, the Reaper, everything except for one thing,
What?
Firelands.
Firelands is not fun. All the other expansions are fun.
Yeah, we hate them more than you can ever imagine. So there you have it. We wrapped our first top 10 up in about an hour, which is kind of shocking, and we kept it pretty good. Next week, I'll have another question. We'll do it live. And if you guys like these, leave it in the comment. Let us know that you want to see more top 10s. We'll keep doing them. You guys asked for it. We did it. So, leave more top 10 suggestions, and I will pick one randomly. I will not tell them, but then when we go live, I'll tell you what the subject is, and then we will figure out the list.
Make the list.
We will make the list. And there was one that I was tempted to do, but I know that we would have fought viciously over.
What was it? Arguing in games? Top 10?
Top 10 games that we argue over.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, there's about
I think
100
this
of
too
those.
is number one for me and Dad. I don't know, me and you just fight all the time.
I think
Top 10 games that me and Dad argue.
Just tells me.
Talisman's number one.
Yeah, but I get so mad with Talisman because Dad doesn't
Who's picking on?
turn.
But I didn't turn on you either. I wouldn't turn
the
you
thing-
into a
the
toad.
thing
I
about-
don't like the toad thing.
The thing, I love the toad thing. The thing about Talisman is you've been playing for like 5 hours building your character, and then you're just betrayed and killed. It's a lot different than like, oh, we've been playing for 30 minutes and I'm betrayed and killed. It's like, I just was playing this game all
Your
day.
craft is not like.
And somebody turned me into a toad.
I think that's like, it's so unforgiving that I think that's why the Toad's so awesome because you actually have to start over. You have no choice.
We gotta play
But
that
there's
relic
times where
game.
he's
And
lost.
you are, well, we have to play Relic. I
It's
tried
like
to tell you
Talisman.
1,000 times.
Well, we
it's
should play
Talisman.
it.
There's times where he's died and ended up winning Talisman.
I died twice and ended up winning.
So
Well, we've been venturing out a lot more, playing a lot of different games, and we're going to keep on branching out. Like, we're thinking of doing the Pathfinder, which I've done. We've done a lot more things.
I played it on my iPad.
I like
and
hearing you
really liked it.
discuss and get the list done. More of this, please. Thanks. Yeah, that's I like this better because
It's Talisman.
nobody wants the whole can thing, you know. This way you guys can comment and be a part of it. You guys can throw things out there and it might change a mind or two.
Somebody wants to hear our favorite games really quick that just for personal, not on the group list.
Personal?
Well, I won't give you top 10, but I'll let you know for sure. Shadows of Brimstone, Talisman is up there, Ticket to Ride's up there, Love Letters up there.
That's enough. Don't
So
get it all because I think maybe that might be something that we'll do. I really think that that's something we're going to do. My top 3, I can tell. Well, I'll give you a couple of top games that would be in my top 10 because it's pretty obvious. Blood Bowl, Warhammer Quest, and anything with my face on there, which is nothing.
For me, it'd be like Talisman, Ticket to Ride, Mage Knight,
Yeah, Mage Knight.
the Awakening the Bear game that we've been playing
Yeah,
together,
that's
the World
been
War
good.
II game.
Conflict of Heroes.
Mhm.
Maybe what would be in your top couple games?
just it's not like me. It's just me.
Talisman.
Talisman.
We all say Talisman.
Talisman, yeah.
Talisman's just the new expansion's really good too.
Talisman. What else?
Love Letter.
Okay.
I
Sheriff's
put Love Letter in
Nine.
there.
Yeah.
Actually, I like that game too, man. This is hard. Even my personal ones would be hard because there's so many I just like playing.
Just a couple. I mean, that would be your personal favorites. Distillers. See, that's a weird thing, and I couldn't figure it out because I would go and I would look for games that you guys would like. So I take Distillers. I go, okay, they really like this, and then I bring home all these dexterity games,
Mm-hmm.
And it doesn't end up.
and you
being-
guys hate them.
because you got these little chibi anime characters and they're cute and they actually have like little power ups.
No, but I mean like I really thought when I went to the Dice Tower Con last year and I saw that Stick 'em Up or whatever the heck it is.
Flick 'em
Up. I I thought that game was going to be the end-all be-all game, but because they didn't have powers, they didn't have any kind of individuality. You guys hated it. I really thought
The
Catacombs was going to be a home run.
Yeah. The thing that's good about me and Vic that you and Janice won't do as much is if we're playing a game, Vic will give me this look. If we're playing a game and the game's not really that good, Vic will give me this look like,
No,
but we're
But
more
that's-
honest
that-
I
about.
see it.
but
bro.
that's
I just don't say
that's the
anything online.
hardest thing is that when we sit down, all of us to play,
Mhm.
the first person I look at is her, because I can tell that she has no interest when her eyes roll back in her head,
Yeah.
and you go, okay, she just wants to get this over with.
Yeah, or it'll be like, Vic, it's your turn. What do you do? And she'll be like, I just move. Like she just like gives up on the game.
And then she ends up winning it,
Yeah, usually.
which is just like ridiculous. And and we really like dexterity games because the one that I was thinking of trying to do was Dungeon Fighter. And then after we did Catacombs and you guys didn't like it, it was kind of like, I mean, what do you do? It's kind of weird. Because Dungeon Fire is kind of a dump off game and so forth. All right, well, that's it for now. Guys, thanks so much for watching this. Are you okay? The next thing you'll see, I think tomorrow I'm going to be painting Warhammer Quest or starting it. I don't know. It depends on how much we have to get ready for Thursday. Thursday, expect a ton of content from MegaCon. Justin will be out of commission, but Sunday and Monday, we with Memorial Day, we've got a lot of games that we're going to be playing. Sunday night will be perfect if you guys aren't too burnt out, which I don't think you will be. Maybe somebody's eyes will roll back in their head. But feeling it, somebody said.
Feeling it.
So thanks so much for watching this and being a part of this, and we'll do this, I think, every Tuesday if we can. We'll see. Can't promise you. For me, Justin, say goodbye.
See ya, everybody.
Goodbye.
Yeah, you have to go to the bathroom, Bill.
I
Maybe
gotta take off
say
my
goodbye to
contacts.
everybody.
I gotta eat.
Yeah.
Some food.
Guys, we'll see you later. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll talk to you soon. Go ahead, do all your dancing around while I turn this off.